ancient Greeks had a word for what you just saw. Pronounced hamartia, which means to miss the point or the target. When an archer shoots an arrow and misses the target. But when this word was translated into English, it became this word. Sin, which raises a strange possibility. What if real human sin isn't evil? What if we are simply missing the point of being alive? And when you think about it, you can find this everywhere. Think about how people talk about holidays. When Valentine's is approaching, for instance, social media becomes flooded with different memes.
Flower. Oh, it's even plastic.
Jokes, expectation, this sort of pressure. It's almost as if that one day is what everyone is waiting for. And you can find this too with Christmas, New Year's, birthdays, weeks of anticipation, so much emotional build-up. And then the day finally arrives, and within a few hours, it's over, and people are left with a strange feeling. Not joy, a sort of emptiness, because they find out that anticipation doesn't equal to fulfillment. Because you see, the future was never the answer. A day we kept on waiting for didn't give us what we thought it would. And that could be the real meaning of hamartia. We are missing the point of life while waiting for a better moment to come. In ancient Greece, sin wasn't about being morally bad. It was about missing the target, the point. And if that target is the present moment, then the real meaning of human sin can be something much simpler. We keep missing the life we are living. In the last video, if you can remember clearly, I talked about the past, present, and the future. And I said from the past you can get memories of guilt, or we will call it regret today. And from the future, you experience anxiety from your imagination. And the present, which is the here and now, is where life exists. From this diagram, you can clearly see that the present is the only moment where life exists, but it's where we spend the least time in, because we are either here in the past, replaying moments we regret, or in the future, thinking about things that haven't yet happened. So it's like being in the cinema, watching a movie, but you're scrolling through your phone. The movie is playing, we are not really watching. Talk about a waste of time, because we are rarely in the present. One of my favorite philosophers ever once pointed out something, and that's what we'll talk about next. Life as a preparation. My favorite philosopher could very well be Aurelius, and once upon a time, he once pointed out how people live. He talked about how people treat life as if they are preparing for something without actually experiencing now. Because if you think about it, we are born, we go to school in hopes to get a job, and then we walk towards retirement. But if each moment is a preparation for the next one, when does life really begin? Is it when we are old and retired? Certainly not. You see, he has a quote. Alan Watt once quoted that no amount of anxiety can change what is going to happen. In other words, what will be will be. So you see, Alan Watt believed that the tragedy of life is that people keep on preparing and waiting to live while life is already happening. Because people don't miss the point of life because they are bad. They miss it because they spend it in preparation of a life that is already here. Remember the arrow that missed the target at the start of this video? That might be the perfect metaphor for human attention. Because if the present moment is the target, then each time our attention drifts away from it, we miss the mark. We're missing the target. So if we spend most of our lives preparing to live, then when does life actually begin? Another philosopher, Albert Camus, noticed something about how people live. He noticed that people live rather mechanically. They follow routines, they chase goals, they are waiting for the future. But if you're constantly waiting, when do you pause to live life happening here and now? Camus believes that the rebellion to life is awareness, to wake up, to notice the world again, to feel the warmth of the sun, air in your lungs, just the extraordinary fact that you are here. Because once you become fully aware, you stop missing life. Because the mark was never perfection, the mark was attention. And interestingly, the same realization appears in Stoic philosophy. You see, the great Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius once said something remarkable. He said, if you have seen the present moment, you have seen everything. Because Marcus had a profound realization that the pattern of life is always the same. It goes from birth to growth, change, loss, renewal. Everything that's ever happened in human history is happening somewhere right now. Different people, different places, but the same pattern. I started noticing something strange about my own life, and that's what led me to this episode. Some of the moments I remember most clearly, they were not big events. They were a random conversation with a friend, a quiet evening, just a normal day that I didn't even know was important then. But then I realized something was settling. When those moments were unfolding, I often wasn't fully there. My mind was either in the past or in the future. My mind was thinking through other dimensions rather than experiencing and enjoying those moments. And then I realized that those ordinary days were actually my life. So when would you stop conserving your energy? When would you start living the life you are delaying for? Because you see, if you don't return to the moment, you always live life like a preparation, missing the point of it. Because you see, there was a time you did not hesitate. When you were younger, you did not wait for the right moment. You lived it. You lived life freely, fully, unapologetically. Present moment. The Greeks said that sin was missing the point, missing the mark. Or maybe the mark was never success, or the mark was never achievement, or even meaning. Maybe the mark was simply being here in the present moment, doing what you love, with the people you love, and fully experiencing each day, each moment that quietly becomes your life. Maybe the tragedy of life isn't that we struggle with sin. Maybe the tragedy of life is that we simply miss the point of being alive. The point of life may not be hidden, but the problem is that we keep looking somewhere else for it. So if you like today's video, leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share with somebody you know this video will be helpful to. And remember, don't miss your life waiting for the future, because even the ordinary moments today are going to be the ones you wish you had back.